Hello all, welcome to our channel Science and Social Hub. Today in this video we are going to see Kingdoms of the South Grade 7. Let's get started. Adi Shankaracharya and his monasteries. During the medieval period, a closer contact between the people of the north and India in south in India could be seen. This was made possible by two main developments. In the first place, the rulers both in north and south India crossed the Vindhya range in order to expand their empires. Secondly, the teaching of Adi Shankaracharya and other saints spread in every corner of the country. Early in the 9th century, Shankaracharya chose four places as centers for his teachings: Badrinath in north, Sringeri in the south, Dwaraka in the west, the Puri in the east. These places are famous because Shankaracharya set up a monastery at each of them. This is a picture of Sri Adi Shankaracharya. The Pallavas of Kanchi. The origin of the Pallavas is unknown. The Pallava ruler Mahendravarman, who ruled from AD 600 to AD 630, the Pallavas were in continuous conflict with the Chalukyas and the Pandyas, the Cheras and the Cholas. The Chalukyan ruler Pulakesi II defeated Mahendravarman and annexed his northern provinces. Mahendravarman was succeeded by Narasimhavarman under the Pallavas. Kanchi became the great center of Brahmanical as well as the Buddhist learning. Pallavan kings were patrons of art and architecture. The famous temples cut out of rock boulders known as rathas were built by them. The Shore temple at Mahabalipuram and the Kailasnath temple at Kanchi are the best examples of architect of this period. Narasimhavarman's son Rajasimha ruled for many years. Thereafter, their power declined. Finally, the Cholas defeated the Pallavas and became the dominant power in the south. The great Pallavan ruler Mahendravarman I. The Mahendravarman I was a Pallavan king who ruled the northern portion of present-day Andhra region and the northern regions of what forms present-day Tamil Nadu in India in the early 7th century. He was a scholar, painter and architect and a musician. These are the kingdoms of the dynasty. The kings were Virakurcha, Vishnugopal II, Simhavarman III, Simha Vishnu, Mahendravarman I, Narasimhavarman I, Mahendravarman II, Parameshwaran I, Narasimhavarman II, Parameshwaran II, Nandivarman II, Nandivarman III, Nripatunagavarman, Aparajitavarman. Architectures of Pallavas. The Pallavan art and architecture represents an early stage of Dravidian art and architecture which blossomed to its fullest extent under the Chola dynasty. The first stone and mortar temples of South India were constructed during the Pallavan rule and were based on earlier brick and timber prototypes. The Chola dynasty. The Cholas were originally the chieftains who were subordinated to the Pallava kings. They exercised the power along the east coast of Tamil Nadu. One of their leaders, Vijayalaya, declared independence in AD 846. He established this rule over the east coast with Tanjore and his capital. His grandson Parantaka I ruled for 48 years, AD 907 to AD 955. He defeated the Pandyas of Madurai and captured their kingdom. He extended the Chola rule as far as Nellore. It is said that he also defeated the ruler of Sri Lanka. This rapid rise had brought the Cholas in conflict with Rashtrakuta king Krishna III. In the 1949, Chola suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of Krishna III. The founder of Chola, Vijayalaya Cholan. Vijayalaya Chola was a king of South India who founded the imperial Chola Empire. He ruled over the reign to the north of the river Kaveri. The Rajaraja I and the Big Temple. The Cholas regained their glory under Rajaraja I. He made himself the overlord of the whole of the southern India, Sri Lanka and other islands. The whole of the Chola territory was called Cholamandala. The name Coromandel coast is derived from the word Cholamandala. Rajaraja I was not only a good emperor, he was a capable administrator and a patron of art and literature. These are some pics of Brihadishwara temple located at Tanjavur. Rajendra Chola or Gangaikonda Cholan. Rajaraja I was succeeded by his son Rajendra Cholan. He made his navy bigger and stronger and sent it out to conquer countries of Southeast Asia like Malaya, Java and Sumatra. He even raided the Ganges Valley and defeated the Pala kings of Bengal. To mark this victory in the north, he took the title of Gangaikonda Cholan or the conqueror of the Ganga and built a new capital called Gangaikonda Cholapuram, located at Jayankondam near Ariyalur. Rajendra Chola also built lakes and canals so that the farmers might always have water for their field, and trade with Southeast Asia made the Chola Empire very prosperous. He was a great pattern of art and an able administrator. His reign is described as the golden age of Cholas. His naval expedition to the Southeast Asia was the first to be undertaken by an Indian king. The administrations of Cholas. The Chola Empire was well administrated. The king enjoyed the power and the glory. He had a group of ministers and high officials to help him. For administrative convenience, the kingdom was divided into provinces called mandalams, which were administered by the governors. The mandalams in turn were divided into a number of districts called valanadus. A valanadu consisted of a group of villages. The lowest unit was the village or gramam. The most striking feature of Chola administration was the institution of popular assemblies at different levels. Assembly at district level was called Nattar. A big city also had its own assembly called Nagarata. These assemblies performed several administrative functions. Architecture between the north and the southern India. The Nagara architecture. The Nagara is the style of the temple architecture which became popular in the northern India. It is common here to build an entire temple on a stone platform with steps leading up to it. Unlike in South India, it doesn't usually have elaborated boundary walls or gateways. The Dravidian architecture. The Dravidian architecture was an architectural idiom that emerged in the southern part of the India subcontinent or South India. It consists of primarily of temples with pyramid-shaped towers and are constructed of sandstones, soapstones or granite. Hence, Dravidian architecture develops it into the form of a tradition. The decline of Cholas. The decline of Cholas. The Chola Empire remained intact up to AD 1122. Thereafter, it began to decline as a result of constant war with Chalukyas. The Chalukyan ruler Vikramaditya regained the control of Vengi. By the end of the 13th century, the Pandyas and the Hoysala also proclaimed their independence. It finally became the part of great Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagar in the 14th century. Hello all, Akshay here. Hope you all like the video. Subscribe for more. PPT by Akshay and edited by Sanju. Thank you for watching.